like me, they think I'm sexy.
April 15th, 2024, and opening day here in Missouri, turkey season, and we're going to try to put some turkeys to bed. We had an action-packed morning, honestly. We had Jake's come into our decoy early this morning. The Toms didn't read the script, and we didn't seal the deal in the morning, but then we had several turkeys responding to calls that we chased around the woods, and then I took a shot at a running bird that was in an open field with a hen that we tried to make a move on, and just didn't seal the deal. I missed at about 35 yards. Did you hear that? Sound like a hen?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to put some birds to bed right now, so we're going to go chase whatever that was. We got a gobbler. We don't know if he's already in the tree, but he's responding pretty much every time we call. Probably 60 yards, 70 yards. I think he's in the tree, to be honest with you. Oh, wait a minute. I got movement. Hit the puckle.
He's on the ground.
He's on the ground. I see him. That's a full gobble, so that's a Tom, not a Jake. I got ticks all over me. He's in the same spot. I think he's in the tree. Or he's stationary with hens. He's either stationary with hens or he's in the tree. And I'm covered in ticks. We're losing daylight. We may have to... No trees to set up on here. We may have to get a blind and bring it in here after dark. Same spot. I am literally covered in ticks. Aside from being covered in ticks, we had a good encounter with a gobbler, full gobbler. He's got a good throaty gobble. He had a hen with him, I think, because I could hear two walking 50 yards that way. They moved on off. They didn't respond and come over here to this opening for us. So we're going to put him to bed, see if we can hear him fly up into the roost tree. Because there's no trees right here, we might put a blind out. Just heard him fly up. Now we should stay put so they don't see us. Check them one time. Still getting situated. They're 100 yards, if that, maybe 80 yards that way. I'm covered. The kind that you can't pull. They're too small to pull off, but they're already embedded. And I felt them getting on me, but I couldn't move. If you're a turkey hunter, bring permethrin, spray all your gear, spray all your clothes. You don't want to get Lyme disease. Gotta get it. You know where the property lines are. Topo lines. You can plan your approach for the next morning. You gotta have onyx. I'm making owls call. They like me. They think I'm sexy. Drinking Red Bull to try to stay awake. But we're gonna go kill some carp with bows on Lake of the Ozarks in the Hillbilly Riviera.
Yep.
It's April the 15th. Tax deadline. Hope everybody got your taxes done. But we put a turkey to bed. We put a couple turkeys to bed tonight. We're gonna go get them in the morning, but in the meantime, there's some carp out there that need to be killed. So we're gonna go do it with this hillbilly contraption that we got rigged up right here, called the Hillbilly Riviera.
What do you mean?
What do you think?
This hunk of metal you've ever seen. Oh, we're about to go get them.
You gotta check out the new swag, man. The new swag.
And if you ain't got one,
You gotta come get it. I think we're gonna kill some carp. Clean up Lake of the Ozarks.
try it.
That's a monster. Oh!
Real.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that?
My first one, baby.
First freaking cast. How lucky is this son of a gun?
Don't let it hit the motor. It's not real.
In the soft and spotty. What do you think about that, Scott?
Go!
Dude, first freaking good stuff.
That's a hog.
Dude, that's a freaking good fish. That's a hell of a gar. Dude, look at this shit. First time freaking shooting the damn bow right in the freaking money. Like that couldn't be more than the money.
Yeah!
Off to a good start.
We are.
Got it. Got him. Yep. Yeah! Where's the gap? See if I can gap and film at the same time. Here, give me a line, Scott. He's good, he's got it. You want to gap him? Oh, cut!
Not very big.
No.
We partnered, frankly, because Nick Jeffries was able to find your firm, and you probably wouldn't even gotten a look from us, but we learned, not that there wasn't good content, we just didn't know much about it yet, but the reason you got the initial look for us to even start looking at your content, which we thought was great, was the fact that you were a Marine Corps veteran. And you know, we try to keep it, you know, in-house as much as we can, but I'd really like to hear about your story.
You know, I always look back at my Marine Corps career as, you know, I was a Marine. I was a rifleman. I was just like, I went through same training as every other Marine. I joined straight out of high school. I was 17 years old, had my 18th birthday in boot camp. You know, everybody looks back at their certain birthdays, 18, 21, and so on.
Did they make you a cake?
Absolutely.
And,
it was on the
everybody sing happy birthday?
It was on the quarterdeck. The birthday cake was on the quarterdeck, and I got smoked so many times that day. You know, my SRB, my service record book, told the tale, and I didn't even have to keep it a secret. They knew before.
They were waiting for you.
I knew.
They were looking for an opportunity to mess with you.
Was in aircraft maintenance. Was my general MOS. You know, I went to a lot of schooling and had to sign up for a 5-year enlistment versus a 4, which is standard. And all my schooling took, seemed like forever. When I got out into the fleet, first duty station was Yuma, Arizona. Right before September 11th happened, I got orders to Okinawa, Japan. And so I was already had a deployment, already slated for over there to spend a year unaccompanied, and then September 11th happened. It didn't mess with, you know, my duties right off the bat, but when you get over there, you know, everybody's in support. And so the support changed, and spent about a year and a half over there, come back home, I guess you could say, and spent my last year and a half in Dallas, Fort Worth. So I kind of got to pick my last duty station and ended up close to home here in Oklahoma. Before that, I'd never lived anywhere but Stroud, Oklahoma, my entire life.
In Iraq.
So I was not used to moving around, you know, but I knew it was part of it. So, you know, like I said, my story continues there into law enforcement. You know, I like to tell the story of I had all this wonderful training in the Marine Corps and was offered these really high-end paying jobs to work on aircraft, making lots of money, and I chose to be a police officer for $8 an hour.
Very high paying job. Very high paying job.
Did not make my
And
mom
everybody
very
loves
happy.
the police, right?
Right, absolutely. Finished out a 10-year law enforcement, injured on the job, and here I am today producing outdoor television.
And it's interesting to note that in front of the camera are two former or retired police officers, and behind the camera is a former police officer as well. So we like Marines and police officers at Darkhorse Expeditions.
There may or may not be any donuts on the scene.
I may or may not have partaken of a few of them.
We had donuts waiting on him when he got here.
You're counting now behind the camera? You're counting how many donuts?
4 donuts.
I'm not sure it was 4. I don't think it was 4. You were aircraft maintenance. A lot of us were infantry or infantry support or communications, but there's one thing, especially in the Marine Corps, around which we all unite, and what is that?
It's brotherhood.
Yeah, and once you earn the title Marine, you're a Marine.
Absolutely.
Forever.
There's no former Marines. You're once a Marine, always a Marine.
And everybody in the Marine Corps anyway, and I think this it holds true for every other service. Every Marine's a rifleman. And for you, you were a rifle expert, multiple award rifle expert, pistol expert, right? And so I don't know that it mattered. You know, you were downrange, you know, defending our freedoms here, and you were doing so with honor. And so for that, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, likewise. So the thing I always tell everybody is I was an immature 17-year-old, and I came out a very mature, self-driven 22-year-old, ready to start my life. And I will tell you right now, will not be where I am today without the Marine Corps.
I can say that.
From relationships that we have here today to just self-motivation, self-driven, you know, team player, and just the brotherhood that will live on far past my 5 years.
Yeah, I appreciate it. When Jerred and I met, you know, when I told him about the mission of Darkhorse Expeditions, he was immediately bought in, and I knew it would be easier to sell a mission like that to a Marine. And so he brings a whole different level of understanding of the mission, and it'd be harder to work with a firm that didn't have the direct contextual firsthand experience that you have.
I'm blessed to pick the ones that I get to produce, and the mission statement rang true to me and still does. You know, there's a lot of other organizations out there that do good things, and when I combine my Marine Corps service with the outdoors, which I've done since I was little, I said, yes, I do get some sense of therapy and connection to the outdoors. And I can see why other military service guys do. From day one that Nick was blowing up my phone 15 times in 2 minutes time, you know, I was like, who's this guy? And finally I was like, hey, I'm in a meeting, can I call you back? And you know, that conversation led into 2 or 3, met you, and here we are today.
And I'm glad for it.
And we're about to get dumped on. We're trying to thread the needle between what looks like the storm clouds, lightning to our northwest, but we got a bird put to bed just over the ridge up here, and we're hoping to get on him before the rain comes in today. We're gonna do a little paddle fishing today, maybe in the rain. We'll see. We did a good job last night with the gar. We don't know if we got a long nose or short nose gar, but we got a big gar last night. But we're gonna try to finish it out by slamming this turkey if he's still in the same tree, so stay tuned. What are we doing? Gotta go kill a turkey. gobbled when we owl-hooted him from the road. We got down in here and he's already flown down with his hens maybe, and so he's not talking to us. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do now. We've got to go going fishing. We're going spoonbill fishing at 11 a.m. So it's 7:30 a.m. now. We got to figure out what we're gonna do to make something happen. Moral mushroom. These are gold, baby. Well, we think we hear a bird, and amazingly enough, it might be where I took a shot yesterday. They don't get hunted, so they might be in the exact same field up there. So we're gonna work this creek bed up and see if we can't strike them up.
Todd, what just happened?
Hey, good shit, man. Hey, we had to work for that.
Hey,
That
give me
was
some.
sick. That was sick.
So this is the same field and maybe the same bird that I took a running shot at yesterday right over there by that wood pile. And so we work our way up and we get almost busted by his buddy that was with the hen. And so we yelp a little bit. He's working his way back and forth on this fence line, thinking about going into the woods, but something held him up. And the fan went down, and then he was either trying to figure out a way to get through the fence, hop over the fence, or didn't like what he saw. And we took a 30-yard shot, 25-yard shot,
25,
maybe at the most. And that heavy metal shot just dropped him in his tracks, man. He's definitely jelly-headed.
I don't care what they say about you, Scott. Your first shot on a bowfish, you hit it right in the money. This one just dead on impact. I mean, I don't care what they say. You can shoot.
What do they say?
So every previous episode, you know, we've had a mission, and I know that's what you conveyed to me in the beginning of this when we were in the pre-planning stage, pre-production stage is, you know, this is passionate to you. It is passionate for you to have the mission in every single episode. So this is like no others. What's the mission in this episode?
It's the same, right? I'm just trying to connect with veterans who may be suffering from PTSD, struggling with their purpose in life, trying to figure out how to get through a dark spot. And, you know, I think a lot of veterans like you and I, and the guy behind the camera, connect with the outdoors. And so, like any good marketing campaign, you've got to attract people, gain attention, and then you've got to get them to resonate with your message and create a desire to act. And you got to provide them with a mechanism to act on that desire. So there's 3 steps that I'm trying to do with Darkhorse Expedition, and this is one of them. We're just going to go to cool places and catch and kill cool stuff to get attention, and during this process we're going to talk about
post-traumatic stress syndrome and veteran suicide. You know, you hear about somebody who had committed suicide and what they left behind, and so you say, oh my gosh, I would have never thought he would have done that. You always hear the same thing, I would have never thought he would have done that. He's got 2 beautiful kids, he's got a wife, he's got a great job, and it happens. And what is left behind is a big, deep void that can't be filled without you. And so I would just say to those of you who've been to that place, think about what you might leave behind. And if you feel like you don't have anything to leave behind, call us. Go to darkhorseexpeditions.com/get help, and we'll have a link on the screen. But there are resources out there for you with every veteran service organization, the American Legion, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the Veterans Administration, and just a cornucopia of other organizations that want to help and have the resources to help. And we're going to have a whole list of them on our website for you to visit and see if something helps you.
One of my new favorite things, which is bow fishing for carp and gar. And it's calm tonight. The surface of water is not disturbed. It hadn't rained today, so it's just really clear. I'd say it's twice as clear as it was the other night. And I think the gar were spawning in one of these coves back here, or they were just sunning themselves, and they were just, looked like there were 50, 60 of them, big gar. So we're kind of excited to get back here and see what happens. I pinned him to the ground, so I gotta...
Yeah, I'll help you.
Oh, now he's going.
Oh, there he goes. Look at that. Yeah, just throw him up in the boat.
Oh.
Yeah. What's the conditions tonight, Bobby?
It's clear, it's warm, a lot of bugs in there. Hopefully Scott can hit him again. We thought we shot a world record, but we're about to go break it again.
Got him.
Nice.
So you're back in Missouri, and you know, you killed your whitetail back in the fall. You got your turkey underneath your belt. I mean, bow fishing, paddle fishing, you're going for the Missouri Grand Slam with all kinds of species up there.
Yeah, we had a good time. You know, I'd never really had an opportunity to experience Lake of the Ozarks, and there's just a lot to do there. You know, we had, you know, great opportunity to kill a turkey. We had a lot of action there. We were on a lot of birds, and didn't make it happen on some. Finally on one we did, and found some morel mushrooms. Got to bow fish, caught some bass, caught some crappie, catfish, and then we got an opportunity to go spoonbill fishing. And which, heck, I didn't even know what this animal was.
Shallow, fast water fishing.
It's a big one.
Thanks for taking a minute to watch us here on Darkhorse Expeditions. We're having a lot of fun doing this. I want to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors and everybody who's donated their time to make this a reality for us. If you're a veteran and this message has resonated with you, or if you're in a dark place right now, call the phone number on the screen. Go to darkhorseexpeditions.com/get-help. And did you know that since 2001, post 9/11, we've lost more than 30,000 veterans to suicide, which is nearly 4 times what we lost in combat. If you're a veteran or a person who wants to help, you've been in that dark place and you like this content and you want to help us help others, please reach out. Contact us at darkhorseexpeditions.com. Are you willing to go to combat with us and try to prevent this?